Alright, turn two.
Kyosuke. Show me break. Kyoshi break. Atake break.
Very smart. Go on. So it's like when you come out through. Alright, let's do this. Pair up with your counterpart over there. Let's see if we can pair up. Step back, left down block with front stance. You said what, left front stance?
Left front stance.
Left, okay.
I thought you said left down.
I did. Alright, so we're gonna start a little bit different this time. So we're just gonna kind of square off these ones. So we're gonna get pretty close. First one is gonna come in place, high punch. Reverse side, yeah, without step. He's gonna fire that one. Then he's gonna step, reverse punch, high punch again. Third one, fourth one. Now, from here, he's going to fire that front kick. Fire the front kick. Backwards. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat the front kick. Okay. And I'm definitely also not going to. Oh, not what I intended to do. I'm not going to block. Don't ever do this. Because I'm on this side, we're going to kind of work play the distance. So he's got an open target for that front kick. If he's, he can front kick my knee, he can front kick, whatever his flexibility is. So he's going to front kick. I'm just going to roll. Boom.
I thought I saw a punch to begin with. More.
So,
I thought I saw you punch the first time.
oh, I probably was. I mean, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Essentially,
Yeah, let's go on and see, to get on and lead from there. Sometimes I drive that as a punch, sometimes I do it as a block.
it's both.
I think both. So if I punched it the first time, I probably did.
It helps if I like a punch both times. Would it sort of stay in position, or are we doing this kind of thing where it's
Well, we're gonna start out slow, one potato, two potatoes,
So
and then
go
we'll
into-
work up to it.
into-
Yeah, we're gonna start here. But on the end, so he's gonna end up, okay, after the front kick, boom, we're gonna end up here. I'm just gonna square back off, and then it's my turn. First one reverse, second, third, fourth, and then whatever level front kick.
is it this way I'm turning?
Yeah, you're gonna turn that
Away
way
from it.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch it because I'm not gonna go get it.
Right.
Boom, and then just backwards. Boom. Everybody got it?
Is this from a particular account, or you just created it saying?
I just feel like
right.
I've been reverse punched and this is what floated my boat today. Alright, guys back up toward the windows a little bit. I'm not gonna count this. So window side is gonna step back, left front stance, left down block. You're gonna start out slow, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, and then go back on your own, nice and slow. How'd you make? First one is in place. Back up one, get in there close. Start from come on, Brandon. Get close, come on, not down block, come on. There you go, now in place, one, fire the reverse one, now step. Third time, fourth time, front kick. Boom, yeah, there you go.
Or like with this hand first.
And then square back up, and you go back. In place, in place.
You stepped weird though. Something was weird with that.
I didn't see what was weird with you, but
Sorry,
I want you
here.
to roll back, give the distance and let it pass you.
Notice I stood there too.
Now, is there anything wrong with that? Depends on the situation, probably not. But for now, I want to work that, just let him slip so that he really eats that back fist. we'll get to that in a second, okay? We'll come to that.
Not bad. I stayed in front of the.
The reason I asked you, we skimmed that up on stuff, that's like the other one. You ever had somebody like, this close to trials and actively go through?
Jag såg som en kille som var där när du var där och jag ser
Yeah, it's like one of these, she would have, and when she walked out, like I would anybody walking. That's how you all go play. Oh, yeah.
That's a kidney stab. You got these two from they're great.
Juan. You guys back us and start that one over again, so I think you stepped on and that's what freaked him out. The first one is in place, I wanna work off the reverse side of that. Cause we don't do that much.
We're trying to.
Don't think I was doing that with she had was trying with the reverse.
That'd be good. Ready? Oh, yeah.
Wait, here you go.
Miami was bigger. White is the kids over here. There's some of the
Dump on them or we going to?
I think we have one that we facility, but it's big. Yeah, it's like kind of like a top view.
Okay.
You know, the Puerto Ricans are like either going to Miami or in Miami. It's got like 10. It's peaceful out there. Nice, Kenny. Just think you get-
Cool.
Hey, I told you to talk to it even on the fish last night.
I'm not sure how you guys ended up there, but for the drill that we're doing, somebody was on the wrong side. And I'm not sure where you went. It was a good attempt at something, but you were way off angle, and I'm not real sure where. So, whatever you guys did wrong, fix it on the next one.
Just comes naturally.
Alright, young man. Everybody seems to be hitting kind of a rhythm with it, so that's good. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things. First, let's start with this.
You said start with
I did,
drill,
I know.
sir. Okay.
If, you basically did exactly what I wanted you to do, which you ended up here. Yes, no, maybe?
No, I mean,
No.
yes, if I was to actually keep
Well,
going.
yeah, but better not be out
Yeah.
at that point, because you can be so off balance. My point is, those of you that are out here, this is not this drill. Everybody in this room is past this distance. Yeah, right about here is where we want to be. So he's gonna fire this one, boom, and he's gonna step. He's gonna step. He's gonna step. He's gonna kick. All right. Now, just put that foot back on. No, just put it down. Put it down. Okay. We've done this. I come here. Some of you are coming here. Which one is it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, or right rear end. And here, because of where I like to end up, my shoulders don't like to do this. So I don't roll this direction. Boom, boom. Those of you that do a shorter roll, rock and roll. Okay, well, that's good too. But we want to end up here. Doesn't mean go faster and kill each other. What it does mean is get into this distance. If he doesn't block, I'm going to touch him, not hit him. Right? So going back. Boom. 2, 3, 4. Front kick. Now is where we're coming into this. He's going to fire the back fist. I'm going to roll up. However, sorry?
No, sorry.
Okay. He threw this one. I ended up here in this kind of rising block. Come on. If he comes this way, maybe chino. Whatever. Okay. Here to the face, he's going to shift, throw the reverse punch underneath. Oh. Right? So add in from the back fist, I'm going to block, and then he's going to counter again.
And don't kill each other.
Don't kill each other. No? Okay, the other thing, do not be thrown off. Again, doesn't mean you have to go faster, harder, kill each other, but if I'm throwing over here, he ain't learning anything. No? Always targets.
All right, get to the last part again.
Last part again. Okay? I'm gonna throw the front kick, he's gonna roll, throw the back fist, and then he comes underneath. Right. And then whatever this block, depends on how he throws.
Bless you.
You brought the run on, didn't you, dude? Of course. Alright, you guys know what to do, go.
Run allergies.
There's something blooming. Kill the
Yeah.
wire.
You got it too?
No, I got a little bit of it, itchy eyes hanging around,
Oh,
touch
yeah,
up
no,
there.
it's hot.
But everybody in the office is sneezing.
I was like, oh, shit. Sorry. Hey, that shows it would be even chicken exchange. We use the wrong leg, I said. You see it, the wrong leg. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I keep falling right into that.
You keep wanting to punch me. You keep wanting to finish.
Well, it ain't wrong, that's why I'm not
No,
gonna
it's not.
correct you, so, would be like the next step in my drill progression, is going to the next counter and all that.
Well, I did this way wrong.
Alright, now, wait for just a second. Alright. from the rolling down block off of the kick to the back fist, what stance are we ending up in?
I typically find myself in a horse stance.
Chico, I was in a Chico. Chico,
Wait,
Yoy.
To this part or all the way to this?
No, like right there.
Yeah.
That part. Chico, 45 Chico, something like that. He blocks that back fist. For me to throw this reverse punch, what do I need to do with my feet?
Horse stance. I mean, front stance.
If I'm in a 45 horse stance where Greg keeps ending up, all he has to do is pivot. When I was doing it, I was ending up in an inline. You guys are ending up in an inline. So what does that mean for the reverse punch? It means I better step that foot over. If I'm here in this inline Chico, back fist, that ain't gonna do it. Either this foot's gonna come over, which will help negate his counter, or the front foot's gotta come over with the sweep eventually. One of your feet has to move if you're in an inline Chico to throw that reverse punch. What is your option if you don't want to shift the feet to a front stance to hit him with that back hand?
Inline.
How? What else though?
Uppercut on the
Uppercut or hook punch with what? With shifting in, because you're not close enough. So you have to slide in to hit him with a short punch if you don't want to shift the feet over. But in some way, somehow, the feet gotta move. Oh, yeah. How about it? I'll take care of it. Who's, come on.
Ready?
You need a little more twist, Greg. Yeah, I'd be happier with that.
Well, technically, I was just countering, because it was his counter.
Oh, well.
Either
But
way.
either way, I
Either
still
way,
need to
twist
move.
one.
Let's see why that's the one that you're supposed to punch me. That's my natural move. Anytime my hand comes out, I punch right behind it.
Because it felt natural, just like, I did this. And I didn't move it over here, it was kind of a,
Yeah.
Take that.
So,
because I was close enough
right,
where I could just do that. And
And-
still get power from it because of it.
and the key to that is that's really specific to you. Because where you land, you tend to end in a 45-ish angle anyway,
Close enough. to
which is
where I-
close enough. Plus, the way you're built, you can kind of get away with it if you're 45-ish. You can kind of still maintain that. I could never do that and maintain any kind of balance. They could not do that and maintain any kind of power. So it's kind of a specific thing to you, the way you're built, the way you land. That kind of thing.
You do that extra time.
No?
But I should have foreseen that, make sure what to the other direction.
All right, you know what? Turn around. Turn around. I may have misheard something over on this side of the world, but whether I misheard it or not, it bears talking about. Everybody in this room has been here long enough your partner did not throw the wrong hand, did not step wrong, you need to adapt. Okay?
Yes.
Now, within the, if they're getting out of control and doing craziness, then that's where I come in. They screwed up, they stepped wrong from the way I dictated the drill. Big deal, deal with it. Okay? Don't reset them. Or don't say, hey, oh, you stepped wrong, so I screwed up. Yeah, you screwed up because you didn't adapt.
Yes.
Okay? So, we in this room, white belts, yellow belts, okay, we'll reset to keep them on because we don't want to melt the brains. Everybody in this room's been here long enough. Roll with it.
Yes.
Just trust me. Out there, it's, oh wait, you're on the wrong side. Switch feet.
I can really get a good kick if you were to hold it left a little bit.
I could really throw you if you did. No, you're not going to get that opportunity. So, you roll to the wrong side, you eat the kick. Let's say you completely misread it. Oh, they stepped through the wrong leg, different leg. Boom, I ate the kick. What are you going to do there? Do not go, ah, dang it, that was wrong. Do something. Just reverse palm, do something, step. Then reset and go, oh, okay, get back on track. Nice. How about it? It also looks like you guys are kind of drifting back a little bit, so you got the whole dojo, so I just pushed you guys back so you had plenty of room coming this way if you needed it when we started. So you guys kind of adjust now that we're playing with this a little bit.
Can't break that. Either way, I'm gonna throw it out.
And don't think you need to change that.
Cause then it's like.
You guys are good at that. I'm not, yeah. As long as you're not killing each other.
I told him it's all good. That's what really probably would happen. So.
Exactly.
What I need to think about, all right, what am I gonna do when he does it?
When you guys get back to the windows this time, young man.
You don't need that one. Oh, that was good.
That.
No, but that was good. You caught me right in my after that one. Did you hear it?
I did.
I saw the look in your eye. I got.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Making a little icy hot one.
Young man. Okay, now you guys kind of got that flow, and since it's already going on over here, after the front kick and the rolling inside block, you're gonna block the back fist, just like we have been doing. The reverse punch is coming. I don't feel like getting hit, so I'm gonna counter. You two have just been trading. Trading is bad. We don't trade. That's a fair fight. We don't fight fair. So, if we're here, he's blocked that one. He's throwing that reverse punch, or excuse me. He blocked that one. I'm sliding over to throw the reverse punch. What's the most logical thing at this point for him to do?
Reverse punch, bro. Punch your old
Plus what? Yes, you guys are trading reverse punch, which is fine. I don't want to trade though. I want to make it an unfair fight because I don't want to eat that punch. So what can I do to make my life better?
I mean, move the other hand down. You could move, like, take the other hand and pull it down and punch. That way he'll at least be off angle.
Okay? There's the question. Figure it out.
This.
Do something other than you're gonna. So both of you are gonna fire the counter, but the person who threw the back fist, who got blocked, excuse me. The person who blocked the back fist is gonna do something to make their life easier so they're not eating this reverse punch. So in this position, who's ever moving backwards, gonna do something coming off of this block of bags. Oh, how bad?
Thought it was, one really important time, so right before the end of the meeting, each of the persons will have updates, so each of the proposed, so the other person can, figure out how to do it, some of that. Alright.
Good, Ken, I like where you're going. What do you need to, I'll say, add to that?
With another front kick, I don't know. Maybe not.
Some offensive move.
Depends on how you define that. Wouldn't be my first choice, but if you're a kicker, yes.
No, that was just off the top of my head.
Okay. Well,
I was backing up, so I'm angling this way, I think.
So I
Thinking
kick,
about it too
you
much.
kick,
wait, I kick, you're punching, I do this.
boom, you step back here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as
Yeah,
I'm
it takes
coming,
time for me.
he's the lead hand kick.
Yeah.
Right, because it's gonna be right there as I'm moving back. And the distance is gonna be nearly perfect.
And I like running into it,
It's like
you
not-
just have your hand up there.
As he's twisting for that reverse punch, he's gonna run right into it. An option. Now, the slide back and kick, you're a pretty good kicker, it might work for you, it ain't gonna ever work for me.
Now, then, it's not gonna work for me.
Okay.
Ready?
You're gonna reverse punch him, Brandon. Hang on, go back to where you were, Brandon. Okay, you threw the back fist,
Too many minds.
right? One block back fist, right?
Going this way, yeah.
No, going the direction you're going. Who did what?
Well, I was sending back fist, he blocked.
Okay, so you threw the back fist, you blocked. All right, go to that position. Throw the back fist in the block. Block, throw the back fist.
It's not gonna
Throw
work
the
for
back
me on
fist.
that,
There
so
we
I'm
go.
coming back.
Oh, you're
My
blocking.
hand is already going back, I have to shift and go forward.
Okay, now Juan is throwing that. Why would you go that way directly into the line of his punch?
Doesn't take a turn.
You have me away, you got this one.
That's not a bad idea either.
No. It's been suggested.
That's a long way to go for almost no benefit. It's not a bad thought process, but it's the wrong place for that. Make life easy.
Just jump what it is.
When you guys get back to the windows, you're gonna.
Thinking too much.
My apologies. No, you're getting into the one side, Andy.
Your move,
I don't want to talk
You need-
to myself.
Fred, you're limiting yourself to one direction. You're trying to move this way when it's already the way I'm aiming. You need to think of the other way.
You're throwing in that.
Okay.
And Fabio is.
That used to tell
John's kick.
So we're back to the.
Just have to be going that way when you're.
Good. Now, as Juan was saying, Brandon, you do not want to move to your left at this point, because you're moving right into that next logical move, which is that reverse punch. So forward, backwards, or to your right, or some arc thereof is your best bet. Somebody do something, to posing like we're in a photo shoot here. Somebody do something, or yeah, man, one or the other. Yeah, that works. Now what are you gonna do? You blocked it, now he's gonna hit you with the other hand. There we go, I'll buy that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, not bad. Long way to go, but not bad thought process, and it seems to kind of work. All right, young man.
Both,
Who in here has heard of the KISS principle, K-I-S-S?
Keep it simple, stupid.
no, sir.
No,
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 sir.
you two have, yes, you should, okay. Say it out louder.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Okay, right. Or keep it super simple, or keep it stupid simple, something like that. Point being, don't overcomplicate things. Who here knows what or has heard of Occam's razor?
I have it, I don't remember what the heck it is.
The simplest solution is often the
It's
most
often the
correct.
best, right?
Is what?
It's
This-
often the best.
The simplest solution to
Oh,
the answer
okay.
is usually the best.
I couldn't even remember it, I've heard it before, I don't remember what the hell it is.
It's, when the guy Occam wrote it, he wrote a little bit more than that, but boil it down to its, again, simplest form. That's a good way to put it. So, simple is always better. One move is better than three moves, right? Okay. Where in the line of a technique, doesn't matter what the technique is, the technique has a start, a stop, start and a stop point, right? Yes?
There's-
Where along that line does bunkai happen? Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Doesn't matter. Bunkai, you can break any technique down to a nearly infinite subset where you can think of a bunkai for that part of it. So given that, he's blocked by back fist. I know that reverse punch is coming, or that leg is coming. One of those two things is my most obvious next technique coming at me. Alright. If he's like Shion James and likes to throw that lead leg, once he's blocked, he's gonna tell me he's gonna throw that lead leg by shifting his weight back. Then I know it's that lead leg, because it's his only option at that point. Either he's throwing that or he's stepping back, one of those two things. But more than likely, he's gonna throw something off of this other side. Probably the fist. I don't wanna trade. So what is the simplest way for me to shut that hand down?
Moving out of the way.
Grab this one.
Move it out of the way. Move it so that it doesn't hit, so that it blocks the other
Or you
fist.
can move in real close too.
To me, moving out of the way while you move that hand towards the other one. So for instance, if they're here, you're moving out of the way, and this hand, you're moving it this way, it's harder for them to reach you.
Okay, say yours again.
Something I think we might like, just moving in real close,
Moving in
where
real
there's no
close.
room
Okay.
for him to
Okay,
kick
Like
forward.
what?
say yours again,
You-
good here.
You're already got a lot of momentum from the block. Use it when you're blocking the flail punch. Move the hand downward so they can't hit you.
Okay.
Moving on. 18. To be honest, I have no answer for this, sir.
Okay.
If you move on.
You need to work on it. You've got enough rank, you should have an answer to this question. Okay, now, as options, I like all of those options. To me, they don't answer the question I asked, which is what is the simplest?
Move out of the way.
Move out of the way.
What's the same?
But if you're
You said
asking for
shut
this,
it.
Go first.
Yeah,
can we?
why not just move, why not just move towards your opponent like this?
Okay, as an option, absolutely. Absolutely. All four, all
Do
of
it
the
before
options.
they do anything, counter before they do anything.
Line drill. Rising block, reverse punch, right? We've done that a bajillion times. As this hand is coming out to punch, what does this hand do?
Pulling in.
Pull it in. If I'm here, the simplest, and to me, simplest means the least amount of motion. So again, all the things you guys offered, absolutely great options, but they involve more than one motion. So I'm already gonna punch. Why not use this hand hikite to sweep it out of my way? So whether he leaves this here, if he leaves it here, arm bar twist, everything that you guys were talking about, rock and roll. But let's say he's smarter than that and he pulls it. This sweeping hand, or this hikite hand, make use of it. But most of you, once you're here, and this is universal for human beings, once you're here, nobody likes to move unless you're moving something, like an arm bar. Again, that's universally human. Don't ask me why, it just is. But if I'm going this way anyway, why would I not just sweep it
I
down?
think that's what I was doing, but I don't know.
You were taking the arm.
Yeah, I was doing this.
Right.
That's,
And again, as an option, perfect. Okay, what I'm-
But isn't that the same concept as what you're saying? or no?
Absolutely. It's just mine involves no stepping, just twisting.
good.
Yours is stepping and
Okay, so
twisting.
you're saying no movement at all, you just literally in the same
The
position.
simplest answer to the question
Is,
at that point, because I'm trying to get the point across, use that front hand.
is,
You don't necessarily need to be taking a bunch of steps. You can.
is,
Let's say, okay, he throws it out there, you catch it, you roll it. Love it. What if he's good? He slips it. Now you're throwing something this way that you don't have. Now it's underneath. So even if I'm gonna take that arm, I don't wanna take him this way. I still wanna take him down. Because it's giving me the option of, oh, he slipped it, or I missed, I can still catch that other hand. So get out of the habit of leaving this hand up here. Do something with it. All that to say that.
so, let me ask, this is philosophical, so you may say there's no answer. But a counter, probably, you said there's, the whole range of where a bunkai could be.
Absolutely.
Would you say that the optimal point for a bunkai is as close to the beginning as possible of their movement? Because they don't have much moment, like if they're about to punch and, like what you did, the punch at the same time, technically, you started your offense before I even was able to create mine, so you have less power to contend with for me? Is that?
There is an answer to that question.
Okay.
And from a timing aspect, absolutely. The earlier you can shut them down, the better. But the way I heard the question, I hear that as two separate things. We were talking about subdividing my technique versus a timing of when I hit them or when I go. So I'm hearing
I'm not
that
sure
those
I'm
are two
following.
separate questions.
I'm not sure I'm following what you're saying.
Okay. Don't-
You meant the timing, I think, huh?
Okay, if I'm gonna work bunkai on Brandon, I'm just a punch, right? I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. Okay. To me, that's the subdividing, the infinite subdivisions. Now, what I heard you asking was not that question, but the timing question of when I hit him.
Well, I'm more.
Boom, no matter where I hit him, I still wanna hit him before he moves.
Well, I was more looking at it as say you are the person attacking me and I'm doing the bunkai. I would want to get you when you start here versus
You are absolutely
here,
correct.
here, or here. When you're here and you haven't even started
Absolutely.
moving yet, that's when I want to try to
Absolutely.
get you.
100%. The sooner you can shut that power line down off, the better. Absolutely.
Unless you're purposely wanting that power line to do something.
Sure, yeah. You might have another strategy in mind, but for like what we're working right here, is sooner is better. To kind of add a little bit to the philosophy of what you were just talking about, the longer I wait, if I choose a strategy where I'm manipulating him longer in the power line, the less my profit margin goes, okay? Because the longer I wait, the better I gotta be, and my margin for error starts to shrink really quick. If we're in here, and he starts to work something, or I start to work something, I've got quite a bit of time before he can really, either one of us can really develop power enough to hurt one another. The longer I wait, the better I gotta be.
wouldn't that in a way be similar to a conversion of energy, so to speak? The more, let's get back to the timing.
Okay?
You're already saying that if you shut down your opponent the earliest, you're basically cutting off all his options. But in that early point, you've got a lot of options to shut him down, so to speak, right? Wouldn't the reverse apply? Wouldn't the reverse apply in that the less time you take to shut him down, the more options he has?
The less time you take, the less time or more time you take?
The more time you take,
Oh,
sorry.
okay, yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm saying, the longer, and that's what I think, you should, the longer I wait I wait for you to, the more options I'm giving you, let me change what I'm gonna do, you know what, the way he's standing, I think I'm gonna kick with my left leg, I was gonna punch, but now, so it messes, whereas if I move faster and just get it over with now, you didn't have many options, is the way I look at it.
No, I agree. I agree with your principle. Where I disagree with is the first part of how you started to explain it. When you're close to somebody, you made the statement of closing off all of their options. That's not correct. You have shut off their ability to generate power at that point, but they still have options. They can do other things to reset the
Oh, I didn't hear the proximity piece, so you were mentioning distance?
Yeah, well, you're talking the same thing. The
I
closer we are to each other.
I wasn't mentioning distance, I was focusing on more on the timing aspect.
Time.
Okay, well, okay. My statement still stands, regardless of distance, even at timing. I haven't shut down their options, I've shut down their ability to generate power. But they still have plenty of options that they could employ to reset it.
They just wouldn't have the power to get it done at that.
Well, no, they have to do something and then generate power. But everything past that, I 100% agree with what you said. So it's not that you're shutting off all of their options, it's the all part that I disagree with.
Okay, so you're shutting off most of the
Nah, I wouldn't even say that, I would say you're shutting off some.
You're not giving them time to execute all of their options.
Yeah, I like that, that'll work.
Okay.
I like that. I'm sorry.
Same, I would shift them right into grappling mode and get a whole world of options.
Yeah, you get a jiu-jitsu guy like that, you shut him down quick, then okay, roll, rock and roll from there. Or you get close to me and you shut other things down, I got other things.
Yeah, like putting your whole body weight on us and dropping us.
I didn't lay out there. I got it. Okay, I've never done this because it's really, really dangerous to do if the person's not expecting it, but I've always wanted to try it. I've gotten close a couple of times with like Eric when we've been able to communicate in the middle of a fight. Lay on him, jump, wrap my legs around him,
And drop.
and drop, and just dump my weight.
Drop forward.
Either, it doesn't matter. If
I
if
see
we're
what
locked
you're
up in
thinking.
like, you know, a clinch, and I jump up and wrap my legs around your waist, who in here is gonna catch me?
But let me ask, why would you want to drop with your back to the ground though? Like, why wouldn't you drop me? Because if you
Oh,
jump
I'm sure
on
I
me and
would-
I drop this way, you could hurt yourself. No?
Maybe, well, yeah, well,
Because you have to hold on unless you let go.
well, no, 'cause I'm gonna hold on. But I'm good enough at falling, if I'm
Oh,
gonna do
you
that,
just tuck your head in.
I'm gonna take, so I don't particularly have heartburn with that.
Yes.
Now, in an ideal world, if I'm doing that, sure, I wanna take you to your back.
Yes.
But just the fact that I go up, most people are gonna try and catch.
Yes.
My big ass, you try and catch me, you'll hear your lower spine snap as we're coming to the ground.
Yes.
Now, Eric, there was a time where, you know, like Eric's back was good enough, my back was good enough, we could catch each other.
Oh, so you did it before, or you were out to
We would play with it a little, not quite all, you know, we'd play with parts of it. But, I'm grappling with one of you guys. I just jump up, wrap my arms and legs around you. I think that's not gonna be a pretty picture.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Now, I have had people try it with me, like people their size, with grappling, like, you know, when we just get like a layup.
You catch them.
And I kept, like, okay? Because they're not expecting, because they're normally used to working with people their same size.
Yes.
It's just, okay, now what? Which way do you want me to do
So
it?
they tried to jump on you?
Oh, yeah, no, we'd be here, like, you know, when we were doing your test, okay,
Yes.
they would do that, they would like jump, wrap their arms and legs around me,
Did I try
trying
that?
to dump their
Did I
weight.
try that?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I was saying, I don't think I'd wanna try that.
You don't, okay? Eric could try it, cause I can't lift him.
Yes.
Well, I can't catch him anymore, I can lift him still, but I can't catch him anymore. You guys, even Ken, I could probably catch Ken. I wouldn't like it the next day, but I could probably do it.
I wouldn't try that.
Yeah. Well, like I've had, people like their size jump up and I'm like, okay. They're like, normally that works. I'm like, it didn't work this time. All right, enough gabbing. Back at it.
Well,
Come on.
There you go, there you go. If you do that.
I forgot what
You
you
two
just
young
talked
men,
about.
you guys are done, young man. Everybody young man. Ken asked a really good question. I don't think he knew he asked a good question, but it jumped into my head. We've talked about before when we're working things off of a grab, like if somebody grabs you by the collar, wants to hit you, that this grabbing hand is really kind of irrelevant is to deal with. We talked about that. Okay. In this situation, while you guys are working, these two guys are working, if you see them. From here, they grab, they roll the arm to do the reverse punch. Does this grab matter? We talk about other grabs not mattering. Does this grab matter?
This,
Yeah, because you're redirecting.
Absolutely.
It's
It
there's
is doing
movement when
something
you grab.
useful. Right?
this grab is no movement, so it doesn't matter. You see how intimidating you are?
Okay, this, not doing anything. You just start swinging. Okay. This might be useful, depending on the situation. This absolutely is doing something. So we need to deal with this. So what you were doing with your body, add in that. Yeah. I liked everything that you guys were doing, other than the fact that you weren't really dealing with this. Because this can get you in trouble. If I've really got this locked in, the rest of these things are just gonna feed you into the next technique. So do what you're doing, but okay, what I want you to do is spin around, do a middle outside lock. Do something so that they're not, because eventually that's probably gonna happen. I don't want that. Oh, back to it. Yeah. Not my first choice, but it's something. It might work for you.
that's so easy over to you. Oh.
We just go for it. I think too much.
So here, I think this is not the good time, this is not the good time. And so,
Not my first choice.
not that white.
I would be a little happier with that.
And,
Okay.
this ain't, and we don't want. and we
Just
don't
for,
want-
again, not that you guys do anything wrong,
Okay.
because again, what you're working will work, might work for you. Just, let's see. The person throwing, who threw the back fist is the one doing the grab, right? Okay, so you threw the back fist, I blocked, you're going into this next thing here.
It's,
Still simple. Okay,
it's
just done.
distancing myself.
Same thing, so he's already
myself and
taking
your hand
me,
from
he's throwing
doing
the back
anything,
fist,
like, that's-
I blocked,
Wait,
he's
wait,
going
wait,
for
wait,
this,
wait, wait,
he's
wait,
taking
wait,
this way.
So you're trying to stop this hand,
I
correct?
continue that
Yeah,
motion.
well, yeah, I'm already
Plus whatever
blocking
body
it,
you
so.
want. I want it from
Why
here.
not try to
So-
block it from this punch
Do
too,
the
rather
back fist.
than, since due to going there, wouldn't make a big
Yeah,
difference.
right.
But then again, we just block it.
Now block,
I tell you again.
flail block, where that's coming from. want to allow him to take me. And I also don't
Yeah,
wanna
but
try
in
and
terms
really
of full
fight
body
him.
movement,
because-
it's simple.
Right, because I'm on the
And
wrong
it
side.
also stops
So
the-
an option
And it also
is
gets me out of the way,
to just go with me.
so,
That way I've dealt with this, we can reset,
ready?
And by then, you're attacking me, so I'm now
and if I'm,
turning where you're up.
if I'm really good and I slip, he's also eating that one as a Or, like, go well.
So, that back kick, for instance, and I have a bad habit of wanting to block kicks with my hand, and I shouldn't, I know. But
You were-
I feel like I need to
you
do
were
something
supposed
here,
to kick.
and he's kicking, I guess I should just try to get the heck out of the way and be
I
done.
was
Because
blocking.
I'm thinking, how do I do something with that and still stay engaged
I was
with the
doing
person?
the upper blocks, either to back.
I know I do a lot of
All
this,
right, you gotta- you gotta-
I do a lot of this, but it won't help with that scenario.
Which one of you two is more flexible?
Probably me.
Okay.
Probably not me.
Here, put 8 foot up here. Just put it over here on that. Okay. So this kick, whether it's a side kick, front kick, back kick, I understand what you're saying. I want to do something here. Whatever this something is, needs to happen from the side or underneath, just not on top.
Okay, that's what, I have been doing it from, like,
Right,
he
you're
did
normally
it, and I did, I don't know if it was, but I was low enough where it kicked, and I used my elbow and did this. So it ended up a back kick, but I was trying to,
Oh, as long as you were on the side though, you
Yeah.
were like trying
No.
to do this.
no,
Oh, as long as it's on the side, I'm good with it.
okay.
Because the power is on this side. It'll break, it'll break my arm. This, I can redirect. This, I can redirect. This, if I'm moving, I can redirect.
Yes.
So as long as it's not, no, it's just no.
Basically a recipe for broken arms.
Right. Cool. So, if you can't break yourself with a habit and move from the side
From the side.
All right, back at it. A few more minutes. It might have been an optical illusion, but it looked like you were a little more on top than I would be happy with when you hit his leg. It looked like you were kind of top 45, which
I didn't
you
know,
know, real
I
close.
did this, I thought I missed his leg, 'cause I was here, yeah,
No, I mean,
that's what happened.
no, after the counter, when he threw the kick.
Just now? I didn't even notice he threw another kick. I didn't either.
Okay.
I didn't even notice, so I'll have to watch. I thought it was that one, because when you did that kick, it felt like you were lower, so I didn't really get it.
That was good. You guys don't remember what you're doing? That ain't a bad thing.
I'm thinking too much tonight, that's what I'm. Yeah.
With everything wide open.
Yeah, you still got it, you're reacting fast enough so that you can shut down my fist. But that's, I think it's a rather unfair way to compare it because there's always going to be somebody that's faster in theory.
What's that?
Brandon, I like your idea. I like your positioning overall, but fix whatever's got off the thing that is your calling
Yeah,
stand.
very low.
Don't kill me, man. You're gonna
There
kill
are
me.
no weird combinations.
But I'm just saying.
Pick a state. Pick one. You were all discombobulated in the feet.
But I'm trying to get you back.
Even though you had a great idea, you were in a perfect position, through a great hand technique, you're not gonna develop power, and if he's still coming forward, he's gonna run right over the top of you, because your base is on. You fix it better.
Very tight, yeah.
Ken, that would've been a great place for one of your famous round kicks. Just saying. No, the back leg. He was twisted just enough where if you would've thrown it, it would've caught him right on top of that kidney. Would've been sweet.
He's doing well on these, because I'm feeling it.
Now, you guys are doing real well.
attempting to do, you're spot on. I like what you're doing. But the thing is, that once you got there, I could literally see what's switching both of your brains trip, and you started thinking about what to do next. So both of you went like this, and that's why it got real stiff and real ugly there toward the end. But what you got, if either one of you would have relaxed and flowed into whatever you were doing,
Yes, that's what I'm feeling tonight too. I get to the end, I go,
No,
who's supposed to?
I might have borrowed off your horse stance theory, but the elbow, if I move through enough while we're walking, again, it comes.
oh, do that again. Do that again. Do that again.
Now,
Do that again.
Good duty.
Nah, Brandon, what did I say? Let's do the whole thing again. I wasn't talking to one, I was talking to both of you.
So I'm just trying to see what I would do.
Oh, okay, now, stay. Go back.
You're coming this way, and I'm like that.
All right, Juan, brilliant idea, absolutely brilliant. Brandon, brilliant counter. But what should you have added by the time you got to this position? As you made that flow across, that right hand should have jabbed him right on the end of his nose.
I
Yeah,
don't for a start kick for some reason, but because it's just things or something.
just stick your right hand out toward his face. Yeah. Okay, Brandon, stay exactly where you are. Juan, drop that elbow back where it was. Where you drop your elbow down. Okay, that's where it was. Now, you two have flowed into this position. Brandon threw that. Juan, how are you going to counter that jab? And it's not the way that you just tried. What are you going to do? And? Well, I would have stepped, but rock and roll, yes. All right, yeah, man.
he did something stupid, he didn't step.
Because you wouldn't have had the distance that you really needed. Okay, it was a good idea. You put the step in it, kind of adds that cherry on top of the sundae.
Well,
So what, can I ask a question, or we're done?
No.
With that, he did this, or he could have done what we were doing, which is
Absolutely.
the bring around and just pull him in and this.
Oh, no, multiple options. Okay. Questions about tonight?
Semi sparring.
Sounds fine? Okay. No questions?
No questions.
Okay. What were some of the purposes of what we were doing the way we were doing? You mentioned one, kind of getting into a sparring flow. What else?
Get the muscle memory going.
Of
Sparring.
what else? Sparring, okay.
I think it's more creating versatile options.
There you go.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Options, always options.
I'm pretty sure I'm just taking from everybody here, but it's more of the reaction, a reaction from your opponent and how you deal with
Absolutely.
it.
Then you, again, rewording, same concept, I like it. Yeah. Oh, crap, that didn't work. Well, first of all, started out, my plan was to work reverse side. We don't get a whole, or we don't practice reverse side a lot because it's easier to teach white belts to stepping. So kind of get the next level, since it's the four of us, we've been here a while. So we work reverse side. We don't work that a lot unless we're sparring or really doing home run. Then it turned into kind of a flow drill. Then it turned into kind of a counter, and a counter for a counter. And then the counter for the counter for the counter for the counter, and the counter, and then the counter, and then another counter, and then the next counter. Because there are always options. As long as you still got blood flowing
Options.
and breath in your body, you got options.
Yes.
You don't even have to be conscious, follow. That's an option. You're unconscious. So, again, all of you, all of us are past the point of, oh dang, what do I do now? Oh, that wasn't the drill. Yeah, unless we're working a very specific drill, and usually because we've got juniors. Roll with it.
Yes.
Fritz,
Escape. Show me break. Kyoshi break. Otagari break.
I guess that's too much time. What the, go home.